you guys, I've wanted to do this for almost a month, but due to other projects getting in the way, I've had to put it off. But now, I'm going to talk about the Family Guy Simpsons crossover. Before I begin, I want to address that overall I feel mixed about the special, but there are definitely many good things about this special, and many little Easter eggs you may have missed the first time watching. The special begins with the Griffins watching TV.
Yay! A crossover always brings out the best in each show!
Well, give the writers of Family Guy some credit. At least they're self-aware that being in a crossover will have some pros and cons. Peter comes in complaining about how the comics are up to par like usual and decides to make up his own strip called For Pete's Sake. At first, it's a huge success.
Nah, you already paid me. It laughs.
I do a lot of island ones.
Until you end up making one that is full of old-style sexism.
Your dishwasher cartoon has really outraged the online community.
What? Gosh, it's not like the internet to go crazy about something small and stupid.
To be fair, that was pretty funny. Don't get me wrong, I get Peter's joke, but you know that not all women nowadays are typical housewives from a Norman Rockwell pain. So Peter goes on the flow to discuss about the strip's controversy with women, and ends up digging himself deeper into the ground.
Yeah, those boos don't hurt so much because you spent 2 minutes of the last segment applauding a red velvet cake. You sound angry. Did one of your friends get engaged? I love women. I bet I can name more porn stars than you. But don't tell my wife how many porn stars I know. I'll get in a lot of trouble. I know all of them, though.
To the point that women end up boycotting and protesting on the Griffins' front lawn, so they decide to take a vacation to get away from the madness as they figure out where they are.
Tina, where are we?
I don't know, I just woke up too. I tied the steering wheel to my belt.
Pull over to that gas station. We can use the bathroom and stretch our legs.
You got it, babe.
Did you call me babe? Ew, Mom.
You'll never have this, Meg.
Will Meg ever win? So after a trip to a nearby rest stop, the car is stolen as they figure out where they are.
Well, there's a sign.
Really? Springfield? What are the odds of going there? Besides that, Fox ruins the surprise by showing The Simpsons in the upcoming season's premiere promos.
Huh. Guess we're in a town called Springfield.
Springfield, eh? What state?
I can't imagine we're allowed to say.
So you guys have been driving all night and you don't know what state you're in? These guys will be stuck here forever. So while looking around Springfield and noticing the differences in skin color...
Guys, we ain't here for fun, all right? We're here to find the police, report our stolen car, oh, and don't drink the water. Everybody around here looks like they have hepatitis.
They go to the Quickie Mart to grab some grub, which they can't do because the money is back in their stolen car.
Thank you. Come again.
But the day is saved thanks to Captain Wacky, later named Homer.
How come this convenience store has so many shadowy parts?
So Homer invites the Griffins to his house, as both families are introduced to each other. Later on during dinner...
Hey, couldn't help but notice there's no seat for me.
Have you ever drunk out of a toilet?
I don't see what that has to do with the discussion.
Dogs eat in the kitchen.
Yeah, dogs eat in the kitchen.
I would say that Brian should be able to sit at the table, but after giving Stewie and Chris herpes in the previous season, he should have stayed deaf in that car accident last year. With the families getting accustomed to one another, Stewie gets acquainted with Bart's old school pranks and ends up getting revenge for him when Nelson punches him over getting the wrong answers on a test.
Hey, loser, I copied off your spelling test and got a D.
I say, how long has that boy been treating you like that?
About 24 years.
Lisa helps Meg find out what her special talent is, and when she finds out that it's playing the saxophone, she understandably gets jealous.
Was that good?
It was okay, but it would be a shame to waste such great butcher's arms on a musical instrument.
Brian and Chris take care of Santa's little helper, to which they accidentally lose after Brian takes off its leash.
Come here, boy.
So they have to pretend that they still have him. Lois and Marge go to the movies, and Homer and Peter do Family Guy-style cutaways to try to get Peter's car back, but to no avail.
What's the one surefire way to find a lost car?
Giant magnet?
Giant magnet.
While trying to use a giant magnet, Peter is run over by Hans Moleman, who was driving the car.
Oh dear, I was using that car as pants.
As Homer and Peter celebrate at Moe's, Peter gives Homer a taste of Pawtucket beer, to which Homer exclaims that it's just a whip-off of Duff.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
No, this is just the same as Duff, but, like, worse.
Hell, I work for the company. It's my livelihood.
Oh, yeah? Well, your livelihood is based on fraud. Look at this. Huh?
Afterwards, Pawtucket Ale is taken to court for infringement, as we get to see each of the show's characters interact with each other.
You like sex? I don't think we're very similar.
You know why they got us sitting next to each other.
'Cause we're the two funniest guys in our towns?
Damn right.
Trust me, this is pulled off better than the Hurricane trilogy. Ultimately, Duff wins the case, as Peter and many others are now left without jobs.
Anyways, it was still nice to meet you and your family, even though you kind of screwed us over.
Good to have you. And hey, next time you stay with a family, maybe you can wear a bra some of the time.
Thank you, Marge. Now tell Lois to stop having a bigger ego than Peggy Hill. By the end of the fifth act, most of the storylines are resolved. Santa's little helper arrives home before Brian tells Marge that he lost him. Lisa decides to give Meg her saxophone in a very heartwarming scene that is immediately interrupted by Peter taking and throwing it in the trash. Stewie shows Bart how he got revenge on Bart's bullies for him.
Nelson, Jimbo, Principal Skinner, Sideshow Bob, Apu. I know Apu's not your enemy, but I just wanted to say I took Apu.
Besides that one joke, Bart is shocked by this and claims that he's not comfortable with Stewie's actions.
Later, dude.
Later, dude.
As the Griffins are about to leave, Homer apologizes for the beer incident as Peter ends up insulting his family.
I think I speak for all of us when I say I am over The Simpsons.
Well, what are you saying?
I'm saying The Simpsons suck.
Ha! And now we get to the scene that people either love or hate, the 7-minute long chicken fight scene with Peter and Homer, but Simpson style. It ultimately ends with Homer nearly killed by King and Koldos' spaceship, as it leads to them apologizing to each other, breaking the fourth wall about the shows, and then making up.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry we fought. I just wanted to make you laugh and cry. You see, I'm a family guy.
I understand. I'm The Simpsons.
Back at home, Lois explains that despite that Paul Tucker was ordered to shut down production, she implies that won't happen because people from Springfield won't come to them to actually follow through with it. The episode ends with Stewie mopey while writing on the chalkboard in his room, implying that he's not over Bart. Now that I've discussed about the episode, let's talk about the pros and cons of the special, starting with the cons. While with the parodied characters like Lisa and Meg or Marge and Lois, there was barely any screen time. I felt that like usual, there was too much Meg bashing, and that with Meg herself, I don't think it was appropriate for Meg to show that she self-harms herself to Lisa, or explains that she had to hide a gun for her dad. It just seems out of place for the world of The Simpsons. There's also a lot of cutscenes of Homer trying to help Peter find his car that wouldn't seem out of place for a normal Family Guy episode, but not in the Simpsons universe. This includes a 2-minute car wash scene. Though this part was funny due to how fat Homer is. Although for the most part I'm fine with the chicken fight scene near the end, the part where Homer had no choice but to bite Peter's thingamajigs to save his life seemed kinda... yeah. And with that, the PTC complained that with all the violence, given that The Simpsons is usually a PG-rated series, that is why the special made as the worst of the week. The special is pretty overhyped, but for me it's at least far from being a rain trap like Life of Brian. There are definitely many pros to the special. There are many hidden Easter eggs throughout the special, like old characters and many nods to older Simpsons episodes. There's also a Matt and Seth cameo during the courtroom scene. There is some controversy on the special based on two things though. One is that people compared this to the Simpsons Critics crossover back in 1995, where Matt Groening wanted nothing to do with the success of Fairy of that show and even had his name removed from the credits, while in this special he praises the idea. Well there, he felt that the Critic was its own series and that it shouldn't be connected to the Simpsons universe in any way, and that having a crossover with it would be going too far for the Simpsons series. Now with Family Guy, it's been an interesting idea over the years, and Matt and Seth seem to be pretty good friends, and the writers and actors seem to approve of the idea of the crossover special. So at least from my point of view, it doesn't make me think that Matt is selling out or anything. Now let's get to the other problem, the rape line.
Oh my god, that's amazing! That's the coolest thing ever! Hey, I want to try. Hello, Mo? Your sister's being raped. Is that one?
Now, while I agree it's out of place in a normal Simpsons episode, at this point I'm kinda used to it in a Family Guy one. Not to say that it's alright. What's interesting is that a spokeswoman from the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network claimed that while it's not okay, that the special clearly shows that the rape joke was not funny by how the special positioned the joke. Also, it's made pretty clear that there is a difference between the two shows. I loved all the little nods to Springfield's oddities and freeze-frame moments, like there were some fun brief cameos from other characters and a fun nod to the cancellation to the Cleveland show.
No.
The Despite what I said about the crotch biting incident, the chicken fight scene between Homer and Peter was a lot of fun to watch because of the little moments he had to freeze frame. One thing I forgot to mention was how well the Family Guy crew did this Simpsons character designs. I was really impressed. Overall, people feel mixed about the special, and to be fair, I'm no exception. Granted, some of the writing feels a tad bit lazy at times, and I wish the parent stories were a bit stronger, but the stuff that worked in the special really was fun to watch. For years, people want a crossover, and there's always people online who are going to complain, oh, they're never going to have a crossover, they're never going to have a crossover. And then when the crossover actually happens, now people are saying, oh great, not having a crossover, the creators of each show have sold out, blah blah blah. You know how it always is. Now, once again, I apologize for not getting this out sooner like I had mentioned beforehand, but there's been a lot of stuff going on in the background recently, especially with my 50th Creepypasta special coming up. Coming up next with the Creepypasta series is Godzilla vs. Destroyer. I'll see you guys next time.